This look today has been inspired by one of my favourite YouTubers in the world, which is the lovely Mykie from Glam and Gore. She did the creepy zombie mouth cage. So yeah, thank you Mykie for the inspiration. I think you're amazing. You're like my special effects soul sister because you're just like me in that you like to look pretty and girly, but you also like the scary weird stuff. Always been since I was a child. I blame my dad. He loves horror films and that's who I got it This from. Look is also done spectacularly well by the lovely Grin and Dagger, who is a fellow Brit and whose channel I also absolutely adore. My version. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Music, as always, 80s, obviously.
So, first you need to take out your hairdo, which is obviously a bit challenging for me here. Now, apologies if I sound half asleep, it's early morning and I was up till very late editing last night, so I'm rather tired. Anyway, so I'm just brushing my hair back into a very low bun and ensuring that all the loose hairs are hairsprayed in so that I don't get them covered in latex. Now I'm just removing all of my makeup. Now once I did this, I glued down my eyebrows with some Prosaide to make sure they don't get stuck in the latex. And then I'm just taking some black grease paint on a sponge and just filling in the areas that I will be covering with the latex, just to ensure that the background's nice and dark. Getting that black right in there in my ear and in the other ear. And I look like a panda. Now I'm taking some cotton wool, some liquid latex, a cotton bud and some water, dipping the end of the cotton bud. Oh, by the way, liquid latex doesn't smell good. And using the wet end of the cotton bud, I'm just applying the liquid latex to my ear, ready to stick down the cotton wool. Now it's time to get creative. What you need to do is to soak the cotton wool in the latex and then just start sort of moulding it into the shape you want. So sort of pulling down sort of stringy, cagey bits over your ears to make them look all nasty and rotten and covered up, because obviously it's hear no evil. So the idea is that your ears are covered. Make sure all the edges are kind of wrapped underneath your ears so you haven't got strings hanging down. And then just apply a bit more liquid latex around the edges of that, just to blend it more into my face with a little bit more of that cotton wool. You can use a tool like a spatula or a round-ended dinner knife if you want to just poke those holes through and your fingers just aren't doing the job. So just blending a little bit more of that cotton wool down into my face, and use your imagination here. The world is your oyster when it comes to making your ear cage, and just poking at those holes a little bit more and blending that into my ear. And then you just basically repeat the whole process on the other ear. The ears are probably the hardest bit to do because you can't really see them that easily on yourself, but just be patient with it. You'll get there in the end basically. And then just basically repeating the whole process on the mouth. And yeah, you do look a little bit like you've got a moustache for a while. You look like somebody's old grandpa in the Midwest of America or something like that. But yeah, just put that latex on there and again start sort of moulding that mouth cage into the shape that you'd like. This bit can be a little bit fiddly, so like I say, just be patient with it. You've got plenty of time with the latex. It dries fairly slowly, so you've got plenty of time to just mould that cage into the shape that you would like it. So just working down onto the chin there, and if you find that you have got any gaps, you can just pull some little strings of cotton wool, soak them in some latex and just make some extra strings for your cage. Then just working up the sides of the mouth to make the mouth a little bit wider, and just making the holes there with my spatula, and yeah, just checking that and seeing that I like the effect, which I do. And then just repeating on the other side. Like I said, just take your time with this. Add a bit more cotton wool, pull a little bit off. It's very forgiving, although it can be a little bit fiddly and a bit time consuming. Now I had started to do my right eye, my right eye? Let me just think. Yes, my right eye. And then decided I was going to do my left eye instead because I can see slightly better through my right eye. I wear contact lenses for those of you that don't know. So that's why I've got latex above my left eye. But so I'm just doing, my right eye. Oh, like I said, I'm tired this morning. So I'm just doing my left eye there. Now, it can be a little bit fiddly around your eye, and there's a lot of ammonia in latex, which can be a bit fumey. So just be really, really careful around your eyes. If you have particularly long eyelashes or you're a bit cack-handed, then maybe brush a little bit of Vaseline into your eyelashes just to stop that latex getting on there, because it's not easy to get out of hair, which is why we glue down the eyebrows to start with. Now again, just be patient with this, be really, really careful, like I say, because you're around your eyes. It's best to kind of stick the cotton wool all the way round and then leave the centre bit and then make your creepy cage bits while it's dry, and then use a little bit of water just to sort of dampen down the fluff of the cotton wool. And then that will mean that it's a lot easier then to very, very carefully paint the latex onto your creepy eye strings there. Like I say, be really, really, really careful. Now taking some water-based face paints and just taking a kind of tan colour. This is to just darken those areas of cotton wool so that they blend into your skin a bit better when you put the eventual skin tone on. So I'm just painting all over those creepy mouth cages, eye cages, ear cages. Now, as mentioned earlier, obviously I've left one eye free because it's a lot easier to work this way. And I'm going in with some foundation. It's a little bit too dark for my skin tone, but I'm not too worried because, let's face it, this is hardly a realistic look, is it? So yeah. So I'm just painting over those areas of latex, blending them into the skin as much as possible. Now, on reflection, once I finished this makeup, I did realise that I should probably put a bit of texture on the nose and other areas of the skin that were still visible, because it did look a bit too perfect, for want of a better word, next to the kind of the creepy cage areas. But we live and learn, hey? We live and learn. And then just painting around the eye area and blending with my finger. And now just making a start on that final eye cage. Now taking some black and deep red grease paint, just mix the two together and then paint in the cracks in your creepy cages. What you're wanting to do basically is just deepen these up and just extend the lines to make them look a little bit more organic and creepy, really, for want of a better word. So just work around the whole of the face, although I did realise after I'd filmed this that I completely forgot to do the other side of my face. So, as I said earlier, live and learn, eh? Live and learn. Well, I've got to do the other side of the mouth cage, not the whole other side of the face. But it was still a silly mistake to make. Never mind, moving swiftly on. Then taking a blue and that deep red again and just mix those together and then just stipple them on with a sponge to make the area look a bit sort of bruised and, you know, just a bit roughed up, as it would be if your face looked like this.